Hey, dude.
Hello. Bye-bye. And oop.
And just speak in a loud, projected voice.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next guest needs no introduction. Despite it being in the mid-40s, temperature-wise, he insisted on eating mint chocolate chip ice cream. The lovely, the talented Lennox Albert Garcia. Len, bring us a fun fact. What do you got for us today?
Donald Trump was in Home Alone 2.
Wow.
Say that again. Slower.
Donald Trump was in Home Alone 2.
Wow.
Wow.
And now?
And then?
And then what happened?
I don't know.
He became our president.
Yeah.
And then?
He's not a president.
And then what happened January 6th?
I don't know.
Are you on Twitter, Len?
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's wearing his red MAGA hat right now. or is he more like the shaman guy? Right.
No matter what's on his head, you can always count on him being shirtless.
Yeah.
And sockless.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, then that's not good pod jumping up and down. Lennox, do you have anything you want to plug? What's your TikTok? Where can people find you? What do you have going on in your life?
Nothing.
All right. Well, okay. Well, go become a famous YouTuber so me and Mommy can retire.
What? And oop.
Do you think I'll be home at noon from oil change and Walmart shopping?
Yeah.
Okay. And oop.
In less than a week, it's going to be Christmas. And we're going to see Matrix Resurrections.
Yeah.
On Christmas Day. Matrix 4, if you will. And so we're going to see it at Downtown Commons, which in Sacramento is an outdoor mall, essentially. It's super close to where we live. It's where we go see movies. And then we're going to be by ourselves. The Wild Childs are going to be at Grandma Bev's. So we're going to make a whole day of it. Well, afternoon of it. / evening. And we're like, well, where can we eat? Where are we going to eat? And we've been wanting to eat at Nash and Proper, which is fried chicken or chicken sandwich.
Yeah, it's a fried chicken thing. Started as a food truck.
Right.
In Sacramento, and then they recently got a brick and mortar location.
They have a couple.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be Christmas Day. Are they open or are they not? So I slid into their DMs, honey, to inquire if they were going to be open. And I said, hello. Oh, no, I said hello with the exclamation point. Hello. Is your K Street, which is where their downtown Sacramento location is, it's about 4 blocks from where we're going to see the movies, Doco. I said, hello. Is your K Street location open on Christmas Day? And if so, what are the hours? Thanks. And then they replied with, no, we are closed Christmas so our staff can spend time with their families. And I said, okay, thank you. Now, why did they include so our staff can spend time with their... They could have said, no, we're open the next day. We're open the day before.
They could have simply said, no, we are not.
Right.
But they were like, no, you jerk. How dare you even ask?
Right. They shamed me. They shamed me into thinking, into wanting someone to work on... That the movie people are working, so the movie people don't care about their families.
Exactly. Maybe we should just eat nachos and hot dogs at the movie theater.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to be open. Because you've emailed a couple of other places.
Yeah.
And so far we've got nothing.
Right. Well, here's the proper way. So I slid into mini DMs about restaurants in the area.
You got to shoot your shot. Many different ones.
And this is Yard House, where we met, honey. Is this fake? We met at the Roseville one. This is, again, downtown. It's actually in the same exact shopping center that the movies are. But this is how you handle a question like that. You don't say, screw you for even thinking about us going to work on our career. We have families. And what are you, a heartless corporate capitalist? I said to Yard House, hello, will your Sacramento... Oh, no exclamation point. I don't know why. Will your Sacramento location be open on Christmas? And if so, what are the hours? Thanks. Yard House. Hey! Oh, thanks, Yard House. It will be closed on Christmas Day. Period. That's it.
Yeah.
End of story. Perfect. Perfect. You didn't make me feel bad. You didn't shame me. You didn't make me think I was a greedy, heartless capitalist.
It's a yes or no question. Just keep it simple. Keep it brief.
Right.
Don't throw your opinions in there. Don't throw your little barbs.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry there's a labor shortage. One thing I always think about with working on Christmas Day, I mean, sure, that's fine. You want your employees to be with their families. But there are a lot of employees that don't have family nearby. They don't have friends to go to. And I worked on Christmas and Thanksgiving, and when I have, like, when possible, back when I was a young man, I would grab an early shift, like 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. or 8 to noon, so I get it out of the way and I can be home in time for ham and turkey and all that nonsense. So this whole myth that everyone wants to be home or has a family to go to, friends to go to, it's not. And sometimes put in a shift. Some people want to work all day, take their minds off it, and make some money. Yeah,
that's a good point. If you don't want to be home alone on the holidays.
Yeah.
And then, so here's what you could do as a business owner.
Yeah.
You could throw it out there to your staff. Does anyone want to work Christmas Day? You're going to get paid time and a half.
Right.
Say.
Yeah.
And then you can, if not enough people want to work, okay, we'll just be closed. But if you get enough people, say, sure, we'll be open, you guys can work, we'll pay you a little extra for the day.
Yeah.
That's a good option, I think.
Yeah, that's another thing. Time and a half, double pay, holiday pay, whatever.
And
I still want to go to National Proper, though.
What? You're siding with them? I'm ready to cancel them. I'm ready to expose them. And
their pro-family stance. Anti-single people. Anti-people who choose not to help children.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Well, another thing I want to mention. So National Proper chicken sandwiches are everywhere now. And there's a lot of places, even in downtown Sacramento, there's a lot of places that have their chicken sandwiches their main gig. There's a lot of places that have chicken sandwiches now. So there's nothing special about National Proper.
It used to be more special.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's fine that that's what they're known for. That's their branding. But maybe if you're not so inconsiderate in your DMs, we would go to you. But I think they're all pretty much the same.
They
Spicy.
are, totally.
We went to Angry Bird in Citrus Heights.
And that was really good.
That was really good.
That was a step above, like, Chick-fil-A, Burger King.
It was like 2 staircases above Burger King, honey. It was like 7 floors above Burger King.
What's that really popular drive-through one that kind of started the whole craze?
Popeyes. Yeah.
Popeyes is really good.
Yeah.
The place in Citrus Heights what's it called?
The Angry Bird.
Angry Bird.
Yeah.
I think it was better than Popeyes too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I like that you could customize. They had like 5 levels.
Yeah.
Of what heat you wanted, and I did feel the burn, and I indeed felt the burn in my throat, but it was really good.
Well, what if National Proper is like Angry Bird, like on that level?
Mm-hmm.
Do you still want to go or no?
Yeah, but there's many chicken sandwiches to patron, and maybe if they didn't make me feel like I was just a mean
they hurt your feelings
person who wanted to eat food on Christmas Day.
And
Okay, so there's a Chinese restaurant near us called Peace Cuisine, very near us, and we've eaten there once before, but they have an item on their menu, and it's called House Special Stir Fry Sticky Rice. And it's noteworthy because it costs $16, which is very high price for fried rice.
I think it's the most expensive thing on their menu.
Yeah. And then I looked at it, and of course I wanted it because I was like, how are they out here charging $16 for some sticky rice? And I looked at the Yelp pictures, and it looked quite fetching, but I knew they charged $16, or I think one piece of that premium price is it has Chinese sausage in it. Now, for people who don't know, Chinese sausage is like, it hasn't hit mainstream. Like, you can't find it at Walmart or Safeway or Raley's, but you can find it at Ranch 99 and Asian supermarkets, Oriental, which isn't racist. Okay, my mom says the word Oriental. Like, that's how she describes Asian. She says Oriental. So I'll use that sometimes here. Asian/Oriental. And she's a Vietnamese woman. I'm half Vietnamese. But okay, so this Chinese sausage, it's super fatty, aka super yummy, and it's very rare that it's in Chinese restaurants fried rice. 99% of Chinese restaurants have beef fried rice, chicken fried rice, barbecue pork fried rice. But like, especially with the chicken and the barbecue pork, they chop it up in such tiny like pieces. They dice it up so fine, it just gets lost in the mix. Shrimp fried rice, also popular. But Chinese sausage is the bomb. And when you find it, it's rare. And if you can get it, get it. Now, so I absolutely wanted to try it. And then yesterday, we did try it.
And oop.
Okay. Why did we try it yesterday? Because we didn't have the Wow Chows. They were at Grandma Bev's yesterday. And so when we get Chinese, well, when they're here, when they're with us, we consider them. We take their feelings into consideration and their tastes and their preferences. So we usually do something, it's either Taco Bell or McDonald's.
It's either someplace that has French fries or bean burritos.
Right. So when we don't have them, it's our time to live. It's our time to splurge. And so that's why I was like, well, let's do this. We out here. Let's do this. Let's do this $16 fried rice. So let's talk about our day yesterday. So we did our Christmas family picture yesterday. And we did it right near here. It's super close to Peace Cuisine, the West Sacramento Town Hall, City Hall.
We did it at West Sacramento City Hall.
Yeah.
Because they have it's a well-maintained landscaped front, and then they have a couple of Christmas tree-looking trees in the front, which they put lights on and ornaments and decorations. Yeah. So that's where we went to stand in front of a tree and take a family picture.
Yeah. And they had two trees. One was ginormous, and it was too big to get any significance. Like, if we would have tried to get any decent amount of the tree in there, we would have been super tiny. We would have had to
put the camera across the street.
Right, put the tripod super far away. And then they have like a small tree that's 10 feet high, maybe. It's like their Charlie Brown Christmas tree. It's more feeble, barren, if you will, but it's cute.
It's cute. That was our background.
Yeah, and we chose, like, we could have gone to Doco, where they got the super duper beautiful trees with ornaments galore.
We've done Doco.
Yeah, we could have gone to
our family picture a few years ago, and then you and I did just couples pictures there also last year. So
yeah, and we could have gone to Capitol, like the Capitol, state capitol, which again is super close. We tried Old Sacramento, but there's just too much going on. Like, they have a decent tree, but it's like on the streets right there.
It's on like the main street. There's so many people walking by, you can't.
Yeah, everyone wants a picture. Yeah. Everyone wants a selfie with this dang tree. So it's madness. And well, this is our home now, and we love it here. I love it here. So we did. Well, this is a Charlie Brown version Christmas tree, but that's why we chose West Sac as the backdrop for our family Christmas tree. Okay, So you got Lennox Albert into a long sleeve buttoned up shirt. Now this boy, he hates buttons, he hates pants, he hates haircuts, he hates collar.
Honey, can we pause?
Yeah.
And oop.
Okay, so Lennox Albert was in a long sleeve button up shirt, which blew my mind. I didn't know this existed in his closet, but you helped him with his clothes, right?
I had to pick out everything he wore. Mm-hmm. Because otherwise he'd be wearing pajama shorts.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I found some jeans that didn't quite fit him, but he was willing to wear.
A little high, what are they called? Capris or high ankle.
And
they were a little short, yeah.
Yeah. And then his button-up collared shirt, which was very cute. It was white with a little pattern on it.
Yeah. So you were like, put this on, and then because you had to get ready. You had to prepare. And so he was left to his own devices, and he buttoned up to his shirt, but each button, everything was off one. Yeah. And so he was kind of puttering around the house, and I looked at him and I saw this pure bit of comedy, and so I took a picture, of course, because it was quite humorous. But then I grabbed him and I said, "Come here," and I made him unbutton all of his buttons, and then I said, "See, this one lines up with this one." So I did his first one, and then let him do the rest. But it was really like a moment, like a dad moment, a stepdad moment, a parent moment, where like this kid couldn't figure it out, or would have been a mess walking out of the house. And of course, it's not a big deal. I mean, it's not the end of the world. But it was kind of cool. Where he was right in front of me, and I was like, "Dude, your buttons are all messed up. So undo it." And then I helped him out, put it properly. It was like when Grandpa Curtis, my stepdad, first taught me how to tie a tie. So it tugged at my heartstrings a little. It was nice. Got a little choked up, a little watery. I came into the bathroom where you were getting ready, and I was like, "We just had a moment."
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
that's one of those great classic parent moments is teaching your children how to do something properly with their clothing. Right.
It was something really special, and I know it's happened to me. But I can't remember. Well, it was either Grandpa Curtis or Grandma Tian helping me button a shirt when I was around Lennox's age, maybe a little younger. So I don't have like the exact same memory, but just like doing a tie. It was like this is how you operate. This is how you carry yourself as an adult. This is how it's done, and so it was moving. It was because those moments aren't. They don't abound. They're not happening all the time. And I mean, I missed a lot of their lives, and they're quote unquote not my blood. They're not my DNA. I'm their quote unquote stepdad. So you're much more connected to them and bonded with them. But it was a perfect little moment in time.
Yeah, that's great. I'm glad you guys had that little moment.
Yeah. I wonder if it meant anything to him.
But not in the same way I think it meant to you and I, but
yeah,
those are like there's little moments throughout the years, and then it builds.
Yeah.
So in 10 years,
a tapestry,
or in the future,
yeah,
you have not only like the mundane day-to-day things that you do together as a family that make you feel bonded and connected with people, but then there's significant moments that happen throughout the years.
Yeah.
This might not be one that sticks with him,
right?
But it might, or subconsciously at least, just having like a teaching moment with you,
yeah, I'm
sure is good. And whether or not he realizes it, it's like building your relationship, and it's helping him grow as a young man.
And it's funny, like he's 9, he's about to be 10.
Yeah, he's almost 10.
But he still has problems putting a button through the hole and navigating that whole situation. Is that just? I mean, does he lack dexterity in his fingers?
I think it's that he never wears a button up ever.
Ah, okay.
Like his little cousins that go to church every Sunday, I'm sure they know how to button their shirts.
I see.
They might even know how to tie a tie by his age.
Yeah. Because, well, this is the same young man who, until recently, couldn't open a banana. Although that requires some, like, strategic maneuvering and angles.
He's been opening his banana for a couple months now.
Yeah.
Just fine.
We're proud of him.
He's coming on in the world.
Okay, so we all got dressed. We put on our Sunday best. It was Saturday. And we all headed out. And of course, first thing the kids started doing was complaining because they hate leaving our home, which I consider a compliment. Because we make a nice, happy home here. But Luna would always rather be in her room watching TikTok.
For example, today we picked them up from Grandma Bev's and we're all driving home.
Yeah.
And I asked the kids, "What do you want to do tomorrow?" They're off for winter break. So I said, "What do you want to do tomorrow?" And Luna says, "Sleep all day."
Right.
And Lennox says, "Same." So there you go.
Yeah.
That's their idea of like the perfect day.
Yeah. They love sitting at home and, well, in their rooms, Luna on TikTok or watching Chucky or Survivor or whatever. And then Lennox in his room on Fortnite yelling at his friends to be more action oriented or shoot more people. Pew pew. So they were complaining. Now, to be fair, it was cold. It was like low 40s, maybe high 30s. It was super cold.
It was freezing. My toes, I couldn't feel my toes.
Yeah.
They were frozen. Because
the tree is in grass, obviously. And the grass is wet. Not muddy, but there was moisture happening. And it was super cold. And Luna wore like rain boots. Yes. But then she didn't wear socks underneath, or her socks were really thin, or they don't protect you from warmth. But she was like over it very quickly, and I thought she was gonna. I thought we were gonna have to deal with a breakdown, some tears. But you said, listen, we asked 10 minutes of you once a year for our Christmas picture. And and these are those 10 minutes, so
you will comply.
Grin and bear it. Show some grit. Show some tenacity. The homeless. There were homeless there. So there was homeless down the street. There were homeless across the street, and there were a few homeless guys like walking by because we set up the tripod, and then I put my little phone in the tripod, and I got the Bluetooth switch so I can take pictures. With my phone with the little Bluetooth switch that pairs to my phone. But yeah, it was quite the sight. And when the homeless guys walked by, I was like, what do they think? Are they like those losers, or do they even notice, or are they like, oh, does it warm their hearts? What happens there? We didn't bring Frankie, our cat. Because you think he would have freaked out?
Yes. Or... You know how when we're at home here and one of the kids picks him up, he's immediately trying to jump out of their arms.
Yeah.
So imagine us on the streets of West Sacramento.
Yeah.
They're like, he would jump out of the arms immediately. And
because of the first car coming by or something like
just
that?
Just because he doesn't like being held. And then he'd run, and then what? He'd be lost to the city.
Sometimes Luna picks him up and they like slow dance together. There's a good 30 to 45 seconds of peace and
but
serenity.
Outside trying to take a picture. We were out there for what, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
20?
Yeah.
No way he'd stay in somebody's arms. And then once he's down on the ground, I think he'd take off.
Yeah.
So that would have been a disaster.
I think because we have a cage, we have a little box carrier thingy for him. I think if we brought that and just put it down, and then camera set up, tripod set up, I got the Bluetooth paired, and just bust him out of that thing and take 10, 15 pictures. I think he would have been okay.
I don't know.
Well, is he ever? Are you ever gonna let him out of this house, honey?
No.
This is why he's so unhappy.
He can go to the vet,
yeah.
and he can come back home, and that's it.
He goes to the vet where he cries the entire time, right?
Yes.
Last time you took him to the vet, you took you took video.
Yes.
But it was him. You weren't allowed back there, so it was
right.
audio, of him just in traumatized and in peril.
It's so funny.
it was flipping hilarious. Okay, so we took our picture. I really like our picture. Well, we took a bunch.
Yeah.
And I really liked a couple of them. I'm gonna post one of them on the socials, on the gram. And you asked me what caption is gonna be, and I said just something simple, like I think 2 years in a row. Just Merry Christmas from our family to yours. Maybe an emoji or two, a couple exclamation points. And that's that. Because I mean, I like being funny. I like having a wit and being humorous. But when it comes to families and holidays, simple is.
You're a serious man when it comes to posting a family Christmas picture.
Absolutely. But so that's the caption now, and then we started talking about when we post it, because it's yesterday was the 18th. It's too early.
Yeah.
And then next Saturday,
the day of Christmas Day.
Yeah, the 25th is Saturday. That's too late.
Too late.
That's when everyone and their mom post their pictures, or Christmas memes, or anything Christmas related, and it's just you get hit by an avalanche of Christmas, and thanks to social media and the internet, and by 8 a.m. I hate Christmas because it's enough already. We get it. And that goes for like every holiday too.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to mention the specific holidays I'm thinking of, but we get it. It's a holiday. It's happening. I don't need 90 million posts in a row on the gram and the Twitters.
So what day did we settle on?
The 23rd.
Oh,
I was thinking Wednesday.
Very strategic.
Yeah.
No, the 23rd is Thursday.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Christmas Eve, Friday, 24th. Yeah. I think we'll get the jump on everyone. And then all the losers who waited till the 24th, or just the real pathetic people who
They're basically copying us at that point. Right.
Well, they didn't, you know what? They didn't plan. They didn't plan ahead. They're taking a picture of themselves at the dinner table. Like, do you not care about your family? Actually, my coworker, Meng Keng, yes, that's his real name, on Friday, he asked me, what are you doing this weekend? Which, by the way, first of all, asking me on a Friday what's going on this weekend, perfectly acceptable. Thursday, it's pushing it. But these people out here on Wednesday, and I've had people on Tuesday ask me, what's going on this weekend? What are you doing this weekend?
That's insane.
Yeah. Like, leave me alone. Talk about the weather. Talk about anything. But Meng Kang was like, what are you doing this weekend? I was like, oh, we're going to do our family picture. Christmas family picture. And he said, oh, yeah, my wife's been trying to get me to do ours for a couple weeks. I'm like, what? We've been strategizing our family picture for weeks, months. Yeah?
Yeah. Well, something I love about you is you are always strategizing a family picture.
Yeah.
We don't do this just at Christmas time.
Yeah.
I think you like to take a family picture every few months.
Yeah.
Just...
What's part of the equation whenever we go anywhere or do anything?
Anytime we go anywhere. Well, we keep the tripod in the back of my car.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah.
And I really like that. Because I never took like a family picture with the kids before you. Unless my extended family was organizing some sort of professional photo shoot.
Yeah.
I never it's semi-professional the way you and I do it. I mean, we take it ourselves, but we try to dress nice.
It's staged.
It is staged.
like keeping up with the Kardashians or something.
We use the tripod.
Planned,
we pick a specific background.
Right. we put thought into it because it's important. And I always think well, okay, I put a picture of Frankie on the internet today and I'm not proud of it, but that's nearly meaningless.
It's a fantastic picture of Frankie.
He looks a little unintelligent, I'll say. A little derp. But that kind of stuff is, well, compared to like this is, well, I think that we'll look back like in a year or two or many years or two and be like, oh, there's our Christmas pictures throughout the years. It'll mean something. It'll be meaningful. And so yeah. Well, these people out here who just take pictures of their food, like this is our spread at Christmas. Okay, congratulations. Like, and like you put zero thought into it, and I mean, I'm looking at food. It's good stuff.
I love food pictures.
Good content. I love food pictures too, but when it's for Christmas, I watch food videos all day and I tag you in most of them, honey.
And oop.
Okay, so you took the kids to Grandma Bev's and I stayed here so we could time our peace cuisine, our Chinese food. And the idea was that you dropped them off at Grandma Bev's, and then when you were on your way back, you would text me and let me know. And then I could grab peace cuisine and it would all work out like clockwork. Synchronized swatches. And then and you picked out what you wanted. You wanted wonton soup. Of course, I got the $16 house special stir fry sticky rice. Okay, so I want to go back to the Chinese sausage. Now, I have fond memories of Chinese sausage because my mom bought it. And she bought it at Oriental. It wasn't a supermarket. It was like a store. It was small. Our neighbor's leaving. Yeah, we'll just wait. Hurry up.
And oop.
And we're back. That was our neighbor. She is leaving. And we are in a condominium where they are right. Are we directly over their garage?
Yes, our bedroom is directly over our neighbor's garage. Which is why it's so loud in our room.
Okay. So you'll hear, you heard it open. You'll hear it close. Maybe, we don't know when. But please forgive us for, by the way, we're in our bedroom. By the way, greetings, Internet. Welcome to But I'm Still a Good Person by Vince Nicholas. I'm Vince Nicholas. I'm joined by my sparkling wifey, Carolyn Nicholas.
Hi.
Hello, honey. Thank you for joining me in our bedroom for this little program here. That's right. We're in bed. And if these walls could talk, honey, they would say, that guy gets up in the middle of the night a lot to pee, and that beautiful gal makes a lot of noises in her sleep. Okay, the fatty Chinese sausage. My mom used to buy this at a Asian store market. It wasn't like Ranch 99. It wasn't a big grocery store, big supermarket. It was a small little store. And it was located right by where we went to church. So it wasn't near our house. We went to church, depending on when we lived at the time, but probably like 20-ish minutes away was the church that we went to. So after church, she would take me to this Asian market, and that's where she would buy the Chinese sausage, and have fond memories of her bringing it home and throwing it in a frying pan with some oil. It would start to sizzle, and like I said, there's super high fat content in the Chinese sausage, and they have like a dark red, almost maroon or burgundy to them. That's the non-fat part, but just they're so good. And my mom would fry them up, start sizzling, and then throw other stuff, make her own fried rice or whatever. But so I've always had like a soft spot in my heart for this particular Chinese sausage. One more thing that I remember about going to this Asian supermarket near our church is that when she took me, she wanted to get me a treat because I don't know, she dragged me around, and I wasn't a particular fan of being dragged around. I wanted to go home and watch TikTok on my telephone, on my cellular telephone. But she would buy me these Chinese dough, this fried Chinese dough. And I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but it's spelled Youtiao. And the internet describes it as a long golden brown deep fried strip of dough commonly eaten in China and in other East and Southeast Asian cuisines.
They look like churros.
Yeah.
But you said they're not sweet?
Correct. They're savory. Youtiao, I don't know if that's, are lightly salted and made so they can be torn lengthwise in two. So I remember her dragging me to this particular Asian market.
Well, first to church.
Right. Yes, obviously. I was a good church-going boy. And then after, she would buy me one of these. And I always looked forward to it. And they're so yummy. They're so greasy and yummy. And loved munching on these. And she would buy the Chinese sausage, go home, fry it up. It was a good time.
Man, what a day.
Yeah, it was a good time.
And
Okay, so $16 sticky rice. There's a show on the YouTubes called Worth It that I enjoy watching. And what they do is they eat a particular food like a taco at 3 different price points. Like this is a $2 street taco, and then they go to a somewhat fancy, nicer restaurant. And this is a $8 taco, and then they go to some place completely extravagant and unrealistic. This is a super high-end, 8-star Michelin, I don't know, Zagat rating, whatever they call it. And this is a $300 taco, and it's just silly and dumb. But the hosts are very appealing, and their banter is quite entertaining. But I really like just Worth It. It is a piece of food worth what you're paying. And 2 instances, so $16 sticky rice, I'd be like, oh yeah, is it worth it? Because it's a higher price point, and is it worth it? But 2 things that we've eaten, honey, that I would like to throw into this conversation is we were at Frank Fat's, which is a Sacramento institution, would you say?
Oh yeah, it's a well-known, it's been around for a long time.
Yeah. Somewhat
fancy Chinese food restaurants in downtown Sacramento.
Yeah. And well, it's become part of a bigger restaurant group. Like they have locations in Roseville.
Right.
And I think Folsom. But we went to the downtown Sacramento one with Hillary and Patrick Egan and Victoria Hartsock and TD.
Yes. So we went with 2 other couples.
Trainer Dave. Right. And it's a nice place, but it's super small. Like the waiters who are coming in and out with food and plates, they have to squeeze by each other and kind of bend over like various tables and booths.
I love the ambiance. I thought it feels like it's very closed in.
Yeah.
But it's really pretty, and it feels very intimate. And
yeah, it has like an old school.
It does have a very
lobbyists from the 1960s in Sacramento used to come here, and maybe they still do.
It has an old-fashioned feeling. It feels special. It feels like you're in a kind of a secret little hidden away gem of a place.
Yeah, and it's dark, but it's very small. It's very tiny. But on that particular day, you ordered $17 vegetable chow mein. And I looked at it and I was like, $17? Because most Chinese joints are half that price.
Well, everything at that restaurant is expensive, though.
Yeah.
Just to, like, anything we ordered would have been probably in that price range.
Yeah.
But right, it was vegetable chow mein?
Yeah. And that blew my mind.
We never, if we eat Chinese, it's like
Panda.
Like a local kind of place that's a lot cheaper, or Panda Express.
Right.
Yeah, we don't eat at fancy Chinese restaurants.
No,
so
no.
That's way above what we're used to paying for those dishes.
Yeah. And we chose Frankfurt's because, well, it was special. You rarely get together with these two friends, and that was 3 years ago.
That was, you know what? That was February or March of 2020. That was like literally right before restaurants and everything started closing down. Right before everyone started wearing masks. And,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was like our last outing we did before that started.
Yeah. Well, do you remember your $70 chow mein? Because I remember it.
I don't remember any of the food we ate.
Oh, really?
I remember the conversation in the company.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of the food.
Well, I remember the $70 chow mein, and it was pretty much any chow mein you could ask for half the price, and it just blew my mind that there were... Well, I guess you're paying for the exclusivity or the ambiance or the tight quarters.
I do remember the food not being standout. I remember thinking like, we could get this same quality at any like little Chinese restaurant in our neighborhood. Yeah,
yeah. So in my mind, that was not worth it.
I agree.
And then the other example I have is Giovanni's is a pizzeria. They have 2 locations, I believe, in Sacramento. We got takeout, but we went to the one on Folsom Boulevard, and we got a $40 pizza. So
you picked this up, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not sure why or how I discovered it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think probably just looking at their website or on like their Instagram.
Well, you wanted to go there for a while, and so I was like, well, let me look at the menu, and I was like, okay, it's a little pricey, but
yeah.
But we got the Don Giovanni, which is fire roasted sweet peppers, homemade sausage. A large is $28.95. Now, right away, that is quite the price.
Wait, why was ours $40? Was it an extra large?
Well, we made it Sicilian because I wanted to see how they could charge $40 for a pizza.
Sicilian style.
When you make it a Sicilian, and this is directly from their website, New York's famous light, soft, and crispy thick crust pizza. So if you grab a pizza, a $28.95 pizza, $30, you can make it Sicilian for $9.95 more, $10. So it was $40 for this pizza. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember. It's thick.
Yeah.
It's like 2 inches tall.
Yeah.
And it's mostly crust.
Yeah. Yeah.
I ate 1 piece and I didn't like it and I was pissed off.
Yeah, you were. I remember it, and it was not worth $40. Heck no, not worth $40. First of all, the toppings were barely anything. And fire roasted sweet peppers and homemade sausage. Okay, 2 toppings. I like the less toppings, the better, in my opinion. Like, you give me a veggie, you give me a meat, I'm good. I don't need these supreme toppings with 8 different toppings on there. But I remember opening it, and it was like barely any toppings. It was like, dude, we paid $40 for this. And then it was mostly dough, and the dough was fine, okay, but charging $40 for a pie was just
never again.
Yeah, made no sense and downright reckless. So those are the 2 worth it. They were both not worth it in my opinion. Okay. So we're going back to Peace Cuisine now. So Peace Cuisine, West Sacramento on Jefferson Boulevard, I believe.
And oop.
Yes, on Jefferson Boulevard. It's right next to the Little Caesars, honey.
And oop.
Okay, so back to Peace Cuisine. Now, we have eaten there once before. First of all, we haven't been impressed with any Chinese. There's only 3 Chinese restaurants in West Sacramento, but we haven't been impressed with any of them. They're all okay. And we originally come from we out here from Rosemont, where your old place, and we had Happy Inn close by and Hong Kong House close by, and we both really like them. They both do really good Chinese food. So then to come out here, and there's 3 Chinese restaurants, and none of them are particularly breathtaking or outstanding. Plus, there's no Vietnamese in West Sacramento.
No Vietnamese.
I'm telling my mom, I keep telling her she's got to move up here, open a Vietnamese place. She'll do gangbusters business. But we've eaten once before, and I called the order. They don't have a website. And I said, and I wanted to try the $16 sticky rice. So I ordered, I talked, a lady answered the phone. I said, I want that sticky rice, yo. And then she said, okay, 1 sticky rice. But then, like, the guy, who I think is the head of it all, his picture's on Yelp, he said something like, no, we don't have sticky rice. And then she goes, oh, we don't have sticky rice. I was like, oh, man. So we got, I think I got General Chicken. That's my standard order at any Chinese joint. And it was not great. It was fine, acceptable. So we haven't been back there since.
And oop.
Okay, so that was the first time they were out of the sticky rice. So yesterday, we didn't have the Wow Chows. So I called them up and I ordered the sticky rice. Now, let's talk about Peace Cuisine. First of all, their menu, super short. It's 1 page, which I love.
I like it too.
Like most Chinese joints, and it's got the pink menu, and it's 4 pages long. Sometimes it's 6 or 8 pages long. I don't need all that nonsense. Mm-hmm. Like, do something small, like In-N-Out Burger. Do a couple things, do them well.
Yes.
So I like that their menu is short and simple. Another thing is that they indicate on their menu, they let you know if something is all meat. So if you're ordering General's Chicken, for instance, it'll say all meat. And I like that because it's up front.
I love that too.
So their orange chicken, and in parentheses it says all meat. Kung Pao chicken, no peanut. General chicken, all meat. So when you're ordering like a satay steak, it doesn't say all meat. So there's probably some vegetables. Because like with sweet and sour chicken, which in this case is all meat, but when you order sweet and sour chicken and then you get a bunch of pieces of canned pineapple and large pieces of green bell pepper, it's like, I just want the sweet and sour chicken. Yes. I'm not out here eating crappy vegetables. So I really admire that they're upfront and they say this is all meat, so you know what you're getting ahead of time. I mean, I would always prefer a picture of the dish, but that isn't always possible. So I dig their menu. Okay, so they don't, like I said, they don't have online ordering. Called up on the telephone, and as far as I can tell, they're not on DoorDash or Grubhub or Uber Eats anyway. So I call up yesterday to order, and I say, yeah, let me get that house special stir fry sticky rice. And he immediately hits back. It was a gentleman this time. I think he's the owner. So I said, yes, I would like the house special stir fry sticky rice. And he immediately hits me back with, have you had sticky rice? And I said, and it threw me for a loop. Like I wasn't ready for this for this harsh questioning. It's like, what is this? What am I being questioned by the CIA? It's, the Starry Chamber. So I didn't know how to answer him or why he was asking me that, or it was just very bizarre. But I wanted to pretend that I know what's up. So I said, yeah, I've had sticky rice before. Man, what about it?
You have had sticky rice before.
I have had sticky rice before. Right. But it was unclear from his questioning if... Does he want my entire life cuisine in life? Every single entree I've had. But I have had sticky rice before at Vientiane, which is... What is it? It's a Laotian place that's even closer to our house, which we've dined at and we really enjoy. So I'm not sure if he was asking if I've had sticky rice in my 44 years on this planet, or if I've had Peace Cuisine's specific sticky rice. But I wanted to be cool. I wanted to front like I'm a hip guy. So I said, yeah, I've had sticky rice. And so and then at the end of the order, you wanted wonton soup. You first wanted cream cheese wontons and wonton soup, but then you negated the cream cheese wontons.
I reined my appetite in. I thought I don't need to eat an entire wonton soup and 8 fried cream cheese, wontons as well.
Yeah. And I also reined myself in because it's right next door to Little Caesars. So I was like, so I texted, I was like, let's get Little Caesars too. But then I said, no, that's irresponsible and foolish. And I don't need a bunch of carbs. Yeah, you just got the wonton soup. But then, okay, so after he hits me with that, I said, yeah, man, I'm all about that sticky rice life, man. What you got? But then he does the thing, and we only got two things, the sticky rice and the wonton soup. So he does the thing where he reads what you ordered back on the phone, and he goes, okay, so that's one sticky rice. And I said, whoa. Because the full title, the formal name is House Special Stir Fry Sticky Rice. So I thought he got confused.
Because they also have a side of just plain sticky rice with nothing in it.
Yeah. So I was like, I don't like it when they just read, when they read like the informal title or like what the waitress.
Shorthand.
Yeah. Like, give me the full title so I know exactly. And then, so I was like, no. I ordered the House Special Stir Fry Sticky Rice. And he's like, yeah. So he got it right, but he didn't read it. He didn't read the name properly back to me, so that caused confusion. And then I think I'm annoying him because I'm asking him, no, I ordered the house.
Yes, you are.
And then so he comes back with, oh, yeah, that's a sticky rice. And then he starts listing the ingredients with eggs and sausage and shrimp.
Well, that's what you wanted, right? More detail?
And green onions. And it just made me feel dumb. And I was like, just repeat the name on your menu, sir. Okay, so go down there. It's super close to us. Less than 5 minutes, I would say. And the first thing I noticed is that they made the KCRA best of top 5 Chinese restaurants in Sacramento. So they got the newspaper article up on the wall. They got an awards framed up on the wall. So they're touting this important accomplishment. But you pointed this out, honey. First of all, they're not in Sacramento. They're in West Sacramento, which, okay.
It's a completely different county.
We're right next door to each other. But they made the KCRA best of top 5 Chinese restaurants in Sacramento in 2016. Okay.
So what's the duration that's allowed to stay up on their wall, would you say?
2 years. Because it changes all the time.
Yeah.
What if they went through different ownership? What if they've fallen off?
Why have you not won that accolade since 2016?
Right.
You're just kind of advertising that to your customers.
It's almost 6 years ago.
That reminds me of like in a high school gymnasium where they hang up the flags and it's like,
yeah,
like state champion 1994.
Right.
It's like that was 25 years ago.
And it's 2018.
You shouldn't advertise that.
I know. And if you didn't make the KCRA since then maybe step up your game. maybe start whipping up better sticky rice. I was just like, all these awards and accolades, like you're living in the past, man.
You peaked in high school.
Oh dear. Okay, so I walk in. The food was ready. There was one couple in there dining, not wearing masks, by the way. And then, so I walk in and our food's ready to go. And say, yeah, order for Vince Nicholas. He's like, oh, okay. And then he hits me with the sticky rice question again. But he was more specific this time. He said, have you had our sticky rice before? And I said, no, I've had sticky rice, but not yours. And he goes, oh, okay. Because we don't steam our sticky rice. We fry it. And I said, oh, okay. And then, so our food was pretty much wrapped up, ready to go. But he took out the sticky rice entree, and it's in the styrofoam to-go containers. Everyone knows it. And he puts it up on the counter. So it's like 2 feet from my eyes or whatever, right in front of me. And he says, yeah, we don't steam our sticky rice. We fry it. And then he puts the styrofoam container up on the counter close to me, and he rips off he doesn't rip off the top, but he removes the top, And then he goes, ta-da! And I said, whoa, all right. He was like a magician or something.
I love that he's so proud of it.
I know. And what came across as just kind of brusque on the phone or irate in person, he's just a fun dude.
It's
like
pure excitement.
Right. He loves what he does. He's silly. He's kind of goofy. He's like the fun uncle getting drunk in the garage off Hennessy with the other fun uncles. So I was like, okay, dude, this is cool. I was digging it. So he went, ta-da! And he said, much better dish. It's more oriental. And I said, okay, I'm not sure what that means. But and then, like I said, his picture is on the Yelp. And the caption, it said, come see uncle. So it was either that's his nickname, like he's an uncle, or maybe this is he is the uncle of this Yelp poster guy. But yeah, he was a personality. He's got some spark to him, some spunk. So overall, I enjoyed it, and I wasn't so offended by the harsh sticky rice questioning like I was on trial, like I was a witness. Our total was $28, $16 for my fried rice or sticky rice, whatever. And then your wonton soup was $10, $9.95.
What? I thought it was $7.
No, it was $9.95. $28.09 was our total. I tipped $3, which
that's horrible, babe.
It's more than 10. It's 2 items, honey. It's 2 items. It took him 10 seconds to pack up in a bag. It's more than 10%. It's a little. Is it? I was actually gonna.
It's less than 10%.
No, 10% would be $2.80. I tipped $3.
Oh, okay.
So it's more than 10. Well, I felt bad, but it's 2 items, and I wasn't dining. We weren't eating inside the restaurant, taking up space, taking up resources, taking up his time and energy and attention. So I tipped $3.
Are you done justifying this horrible action?
We're spending $28 on 2 items, okay?
Oh.
I know. Well, you tend to tip higher. I tend to tip lower. Okay, well, I'll make it up to him next time, honey. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'll whatever. So if our total next time is $28, I'll bust out a $10 bill and I'll be like, ta-da! Okay. Let's get to our food. Wonton soup, honey. It was broth and a bunch of wontons.
And
what
cabbage.
Did you think? And some cabbage. What did you think, darling?
It was fine.
Yeah.
I did tell you, like, midway, don't let me order wonton soup again because I'm always disappointed.
Yeah. That's your standard go-to.
I get wonton soup a lot.
Yeah.
And then I'm always like,
yeah.
Why did I get this?
Yeah.
Because I love wontons, but you eat 2 or 3 and then it's like, okay,
yeah.
I'm done.
It's one note. It's very same.
And there's like 20 more wontons to go.
Yeah.
And the broth is very plain. There's like no flavor, no spices, no salts, no seasonings.
Yeah.
It's just plain broth.
Yeah.
And then probably my favorite part about this was the cabbage.
Ah.
It had some texture at least.
Yeah.
Something going on there. The wontons were really good, but
yeah.
I just kind of got sick of them after a few.
Yeah.
I poured a little bit of soy sauce in there.
Yeah.
Just trying to liven it up a bit.
Yeah.
It wasn't good. It was just underwhelming.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It was just kind of underwhelming.
Yeah. I had a couple wontons. They were fine, average, okay. But you made the comment that it wasn't filling or...
It wasn't satisfying.
It wasn't satisfying. And
I didn't, you know, when you eat out, when you spend money at a restaurant, you want to feel joy in every bite.
Yeah.
You want to feel like this was worth going out of my house. This was worth spending money on. Mm-hmm. This is special and unique, and this is an experience. Yeah. And I felt none of that.
Well, you're getting wonton soup to go, honey. There's not much uniqueness. But well, I told you. You said it's not very filling. You said something to that effect. And I said, well, next time order War wonton soup. And
WOR.
Correct.
I saw that on the menu right below.
Yeah.
And it's a few dollars more.
Yeah.
I had no idea what that meant, though.
Ah.
And I wasn't with you when I was telling you what I wanted.
Right.
So I just told you to get the wonton soup.
Yeah. Well, that's been your standard order in our entire torrid love affair, honey. So I always thought that was your go-to. You dug it.
Most places don't have two different ones. They just have plain wonton soup. So that's what I'm used to. It's just like the cabbage and the broth.
Yeah. Well, so for people who don't know, war wonton is they got wontons in there, but then they throw like chicken in there, steaks, some pork, a bunch of veggies. So it's like there's a lot more going on than just wontons and broth. And I've had it many times, and it's a good time. It's fun.
Yeah, I didn't know what that meant until you told me yesterday. And now that I know, I'm definitely going to get that next time we go to Peace Cuisine.
I'm sorry, honey. I thought you knew what it meant, and you were just going with the wonton just because, well, you really like wontons. But yeah, war wonton it's a good time. There's lots of stuff going on, and it's definitely more satisfying and more filling. So let's get to my $16 sticky rice.
The star of the show.
Yes, well, this is what we came here for. So the sticky rice, it's a definite upgrade than just your standard fried rice or steamed rice. One thing is that at the sticky rice at Vientiane, it came in like a little container, like a cup container, and I had to like unwrap it at the table, right? It was like a whole.
When we went to Vientiane, you just got a little side of sticky rice, and it was just plain.
Yeah.
It came wrapped in a cute little basket.
Yeah.
And then you take it out of the basket, and then it's wrapped in like saran plastic wrap.
Yeah.
So then you had to open it also.
Yeah.
You had to work for it.
Yeah. It was like a cracking lobster or something. But I think that keeps the stickiness, the texture. But I'm sure they Uncle cooked it like that. But then when you gotta throw it in the wok, and then with egg and sausage and whip it together, it loses some of its stickiness. It loses some of its just what makes it so unique. But it was definitely an upgrade from the standard rice. Chinese sausage, outstanding, just as good as I remember. If anything, I wish there were like 5 times more of it. But it's still so good, and it made me think of my mom and her frying it up. But yeah, if you can find fried rice, a Chinese restaurant that has a Chinese sausage in it, in their rice or fried rice or whatever, go for it, get it. You won't regret it. There was too much. There was a lot in this styrofoam container. And that's fine, but I ate it. You had a little, right?
I had a few bites. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, I would say it's good for 2, 3, 4 people, but one person, it was a lot. But I ate it all because, well, it's the weekend, honey, and I'm off track. But maybe like half price, an $8 portion would be just make a little more sense for one person who doesn't want to eat 6,000 carbs. But yeah, the Vientiane sticky rice, it was a side, I believe.
Yes.
But there wasn't a lot of rice, so this was the exact opposite. Tons of rice, so much. But I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. So in the end, it was fantastic. But much like you were saying about the wontons, it's good, but it kind of stays on the same wavelength or the same level. Like each bite you're just like, wow. It's not like that. It's very static. It's very one note. But I really enjoyed it. So is it worth it? Well, considering that in this place, Peace Cuisine, it's a little more expensive than your average Chinese restaurant. Considering that their regular chicken fried rice, beef fried rice, whatever, their low end fried rices are $13. This is only $3 more. You get the sticky rice component. You get the Chinese sausage. I would absolutely say it's worth it. I won't do it every time. So if you're getting like entree of General Chicken, don't get the $16 rice, because the General Chicken sauce will just overpower the sticky rice goodness, the uniqueness. So get your low end fried rice, your low end $13 fried rice, or just regular white rice, which I think is like $2, but I think that's a small portion. But since this was the only thing I ate, I mean, obviously I ate a couple of your wontons, but since this was the only thing I ate, and it was a lot of food, I would say it was absolutely worth it. $16 sticky rice. And I won't do it every time, because sometimes I just want to get General Chicken and then I just want like a bunch of carbs with it. So I would get the cheaper fried rice option in that case. But if I'm just getting the sticky rice specifically, not getting any orange chicken or General Chicken, not a separate entree, I would absolutely not have a problem spending $16 on this sticky rice. And one more note, it made me super thirsty. Like I drank like 3 cups of water after. So I don't know if it was the salt, or they say they don't use MSG, but I don't know. I needed water. I was hecka thirsty. I drank tons of water after. Yeah, it was absolutely worth it. And I liked it a lot. Are we done?
Yep.
And oop.
Okay, so $16 sticky rice. Big fan. Definitely worth it. Peace Cuisine, Jefferson Boulevard, West Sacramento. Tell Uncle I said hi. He might come off as a little brash, but overall, good dude. Wants you to be happy, and he did tell me Merry Christmas, honey.
Oh.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, that's the end of the program. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, review, and rate, or don't. Do whatever you want. You're a grown up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. Please be sure to use our promo code for Harry's. We don't have a promo code for Harry's. Goodbye. I love you. We love you. We hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And sure, I may have made a dumb joke about my darling stepson being in QAnon, but I'm still a good person, and we're still good people. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a wonderful day/night. Oh, bye-bye.
And oop.
We got chicken.
Is that crispy, juicy, tender?